already prepped my skin, and so I'm gonna start off with primer, and I am using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer. So I'm just gonna gently press that into the skin. Now I did prep my skin, as I mentioned. If you guys want me to do a video kind of talking about how I get my skin ready for applying makeup, let me know, because that's something that I can definitely do. Now I do have some breakouts right now, and my skin is being very hormonal because it's about to be that time of the month, so I apologize for that. And I definitely did not pack concealer for that. Press a little bit on the eyes. I love this hydrator. This primer, it's so good. I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime Long Lasting Eyeshadow Base. I love this. I am just going to apply that all over the lid, and then I'm just going to use my finger and start to pat that into the eye. It also feels like I'm giving my eye a massage, which I actually really love. I know I'm crazy, but it feels so good. This is the Hourglass Hyaluronic Skin Tint, and this is in the shade Ivory. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, and we're just going to apply that to the skin. I really like this because it just looks like a second layer of skin. It's so beautiful. I'm just mostly focusing on the spots that have high pigmentation to kind of balance out my skin. Since I do have a little problem area and I don't have concealer, I'm actually gonna use a foundation. And so I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Transforming Foundation, and this is in the shade Classic Ivory. So then with this, I'm just gonna pump a little bit on my beauty blender. I'm gonna go in and just tap that on the spots that need a little bit more coverage. Then we're just gonna press that in. Very noticeable that I've got a little blemish there, but you know what? C'est la vie. Now I'm gonna go into concealer. I'm gonna start off with the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer and Corrector, and this is in the shade Ivory. Just going to apply that under the eyes in a triangle, and this is just going to brighten up everything. To kind of help with moisture and to highlight as well, I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and this is in Light Pale. So I'm just going to highlight some of the spots. This is very nourishing, so that helps out. And then I'm just going to highlight under the cheekbone as well. Then I'm gonna use my beauty blender, and I'm just going to press it into the skin. I love using both. That way it's gonna lock it into place, because I feel like with the Instant Age Rewind, it kind of shifts because it's so creamy. And the Better Skin is very drying, so by using the combination, it just creates that perfect formulation. We're gonna set the concealer and some of the face makeup. So I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Master Fix Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. This is a mouthful. Basically a setting powder. It's a translucent powder. I'm just gonna take some of that product, pack it onto my beauty blender, and then I am going to press that under the eyes. I'm also going to take a little bit and press that onto my lids. Take some and go around my nose. Now we are set, we are locked in place. I'm just going to go in with my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix Setting Spray, and I'm just going to spritz my face. So normally I do my brows last, but I'm gonna do my brows first this time, and I am gonna go in with two different products. I'm just gonna brush them out with the Tarte brush, the original one. I will say I do not like the new Amazonian Clay Brow Mousse. They came out with a new formulation and I hate it, but I still have the old one and I love that. So I'm going in with the Tarte Emphasize Waterproof Amazonian Clay Brow Mousse, and this is in medium brown. Now this I take my sweet time with, so I'm definitely gonna be chopping and editing a lot of this out. I'm gonna first outline, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the new L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Ultra Fine Tip Sharpening Pencil, and this is in the shade Brunette. And then I'm gonna go in with the pencil, and I'm just gonna do strokes forward and backward, just to kind of give my brows some fullness. Then I'm gonna be taking my Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. It's a clear mascara, and I am just going to brush those out. And then as a finishing touch, I'm just gonna take that Amazonian brush . What is that? Oh my gosh, the little dog that I am dog sitting for was like howling. I'm like, what in the world is going on? He must have had a terrible dream or something. Oh, that was terrible. That was the worst feeling. Oh, okay. Heart, calm yourself down. For the lids, I'm gonna start off by going in with the Tarte Tartelette in Bloom palette. I am gonna go into this shade right here, Sweetheart. And let's see here, I am taking this brush right here. It is the brand Dollface. It's actually by a YouTuber. Her name is Victoria Lynn Beauty. She was doing a giveaway and I won. And this brush is fantastic. It's just like a really fluffy crease brush. I'm gonna make sure that I slant my brush downward to really get into the crease. And we are just going to buff that into the crease as our base. Oh, my heart. That scared me half to death. Whew! Thought something terrible had happened, but no. He had a terrible nightmare. It's gonna be the perfect transition shade for all of the shadows that we're gonna be placing on our lids today. I'm also going to take it and I'm gonna tilt my head to the side and I'm just going to lightly dust it under my lower lash line. Oh, the faces we make. And that's just gonna really soften up the eye. Now I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques shading brush and I'm gonna go into the shade Rebel, which is right here. And so I am just gonna really gently focus that in the crease. Now we are gonna blend this out, but I'm just placing it into the crease for now. Really lightly just sweeping it back and forth. This is my MAC brush. I think it's like a 224 brush, and we are just going to buff out the crease. Really soften up the look. Blending is going to be your best friend. Let me tell you that. Now we're gonna go in with the NYX eyeshadow on the lid. I'm gonna use this shade right here. This is a prismatic eyeshadow by NYX, and it is in Golden Peach. It is so beautiful. So I'm just gonna take that on my finger, really pack that on. As you can see, it is beautiful, and I am just going to press that all over the lid. Really making sure I get into every single nook and cranny. Take the Golden Peach shadow, and I'm just going to gently apply that under the eye as well. This look is all about building and layering eyeshadows on top of one another. Then on top of that one, we are going to be using this shade Girl Talk. This shade is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I am going to just press it right on top. Oh, how beautiful is that? And we're gonna press it into the inner corner. Now I do want a little bit more of the corally peach to come out. So I am just going to go back in with Golden Peach and I'm gonna take it on my finger. I'm just going to press it on the outer half of the eye. Just so that it's like, hey, I'm still here and I'm still present. But it's very subtle. Now for the inner corner, I'm also going to be taking this shade, and this is the shade Frostbite. It is beautiful. It has like this really icy blue sheen to it. It's gorgeous. And so I'm just gonna take that and lightly just apply that right in the inner corner. See how it just really brightens up the eye? Frostbite is the perfect name. Perfect. This step is optional. You definitely don't have to do this, but I wanted a little bit more glitter and glam. So I'm gonna go in with this Magnificent Metal eyeshadow by Stila, and it's in the shade Kitten. And I'm gonna take my finger with this as well. It's very, very glittery, but I love me some glitter. And so then I'm just gonna press that right on top of the lid. Oh, that was a little too much, No! Oh, I hate when that happens. I slightly fixed it. That's the only downfall of that eyeshadow. It is super, super chunky. So if you're not careful, you'll just have one big chunk of glitter, and I'm not a fan of that. So I blended it out so you could still see the glittery impact, but it still has the other colors popping through. Now we're gonna go back into the crease. So I am gonna go in with Rebel again, and I am just going to gently press that into the crease, and then I'm gonna go into the shade Leader right here. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous burgundy. I'm just going to press that into the outer V, taking it a little bit into the crease. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit and I'm just going to smoke out the outer half of the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush and I am just going to buff everything out. Now I'm gonna go in with liner, and I am gonna be first starting off with this liner right here. There's some cons about this, but I do love the color. This is the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. It is worn off, but it is just this really pretty burgundy purple shade. The one thing I don't like about this is that, as you can see, the product completely fell out. It's a gorgeous shade, but that's something that it constantly does. Anyway, I am just going to, I am just going to tightline with this, and I'm going to go on the lower lash line as well. This is going to really make hazel eyes pop. It's gorgeous. And it does stay on all day, I just don't like that it breaks so easily. Now to deepen up the upper lash line just a little bit, I'm gonna take this NYX Slide On, Glide On, and definitely a Turn On waterproof liner in Jet Black. Just a gorgeous black. And I'm just going to tight line the upper lash line, and then we're gonna apply liquid liner. I'm using the L'Oreal Carbon Black Linear Intense, and I'm just gonna shake that up a bit, and I'm gonna pray, Lord, let this work. Liner scares me for sure. I think I held my breath the entire time of me putting on that liner. Let's see if we can do this eye. As you can see, it's not as dark and pigmented as I would like it to be, but that's okay. I'm gonna go in with eyeshadow to set it. So I'm just gonna use this flat shader brush, and I am gonna go into Leader again, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first press it into the upper and lower lash line, really getting that brush slightly damp, and then I'm just going to smudge that on top of the black liquid liner. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna curl my lashes. Then I'm gonna first go in with the L'Oreal Waterproof Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara in Very Black. And I'm going to coat my lashes. I always tilt my head up, that way I hopefully won't get any of the product onto the eye look that we just created. That is one coat of this mascara. To just kind of define my lashes even more, I'm gonna go in with my favorite Holy Grail CoverGirl Full Lash Blue Mascara, and this is in Blackest Black. I am just going to gently just brush through the lashes to really comb them out. Now for the lower lashes, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Mini Brush Waterproof Lash Discovery Mascara. So I am just going to curl my lashes under, and then I'm going to press them back down. Curl the lashes under, really get in there, and then press them back down. And that is it for the eyes. We're gonna go back to the face now. Whew. Okay, so moving on to the face, I'm gonna start off by bronzing my face. The first thing I'm gonna be using is this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. It is so gorgeous. So I am just going to be taking this Sephora Pro Airbrush. This is the 55 brush. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my brush, and I'm gonna hold back my bangs and just give me some sun, as it says. Go right here, a little bit on the cheeks, a little bit down the neck, just a light dusting. Then we're gonna be going into the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm gonna take the same brush, really pack that on, and we're gonna warm up the cheekbones. Now we're gonna contour, and I'm gonna be using my Inglot HD Sculpting Powder. This is in the shade 505. It is gorgeous. So I'm just gonna pop that out right there. And I'm gonna be using my MAC brush. This is the MAC 180 brush. Just tap it in twice. Tap off the excess, and then I'm just gonna chisel away. Just really focusing on the outer half of my face, really carving out that cheekbone, as you can see. Then taking the excess and kind of going near the temple and creating almost like a slight U or an upside down C. Then what I'm gonna do is I am going to chisel out my jaw. So I'm going a little bit above the jaw to help create more of a shadow, and then blending it down the neck. The same with my chin. Blending it down. Then I'm gonna take my 55 brush and just buff everything out, making sure there aren't any harsh edges or smudges on the face. Next we're gonna go with a highlight, and I'm so excited for this highlight. This is the Dior Skin Nude Air Glowing Gardens Illuminator, and this is in Glowing Nude. Oh my gosh, guys. This is gorgeous. This is basically my Valentine's Day gift to myself. How beautiful is that? Ah, yes. We're gonna go in with this Real Techniques setting brush. Love this brush. And then we are gonna make myself glow. Hey, highlight, I see you. On my nose. I'm actually gonna take some on my finger and put that on my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna go in with blush, and I'm gonna be using this new blush, which I am in love with. Makeup Revolution, the matte blush, and this is in the shade Nude. A little bit goes a long way with this blush. I'm just gonna be taking my Real Techniques blush brush, and I am going to carve out those cheeks with it. Really giving myself this healthy, beautiful, rosy glow. It's so gorgeous. Then I'm gonna take a little bit and just apply it to the apple of the cheek. We're gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer. This has a little bit of a sheen to it, which is why I'm topping the blush with this. And this is in the shade Golden Days. I believe this is the middle shade that they have. I'm just gonna go back in with that brush, and we are just going to focus it on the outer half, kind of like where I put the contour. See how it really just chisels out your features? Oh, yes! And the final touch, we're gonna do lips. So I'm gonna start off with this Essence lip liner. This is in the shade Satin Mauve. I am just going to outline my lips. I love Essence lip liners. They are so creamy, and they're only like $1.99. And then I'm just gonna gently fill it in. And then I'm gonna be topping it off with two different ColourPop lippies. The first one is Lumiere, which is a beautiful mauve. And this was made by Kathleen Lights, who I love here on YouTube. And so I'm just going to apply that on top. I'm gonna be taking Brink. I'm gonna take this and put it in the center of the lip. To set everything, I'm gonna go back in with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. And here is the final look. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you guys are gonna be doing for Valentine's Day. And I hope you guys have an amazing Valentine's Day. With that being said, have an amazing, wonderful week, everyone. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.